you guys playing blackout uniforms. Are you excited about that?
Yeah. Friday 13 blacked out. That's the only way to go.
Yeah. Lance was talking about just you guys kind of making the choice for uniforms. Do you have any input in that at all?
No, not really. Not really. Probably the captains got some input in there, like they know about it, but as far as like everybody else, not really.
Yeah. And just look at this UNLV team. What have you seen from them this year compared to kind of last year?
I think they're more like they're for sure a better team than when we played them in the bowl game. They play with a little more swagger, a little more energy. They move around more than they did last year, so they better for sure.
Coach Coach Grimes, I think, talked about the length they had in their secondary. Is that something that you've seen?
Yeah, over my past 4 years, I've seen DBs my height and everything, but I don't really worry about how tall or fast, anything like that. Like I only worry about what I need to do to make sure that they don't lock me up.
Your offense, you specifically had a big game against them in the bowl game. Just what do you sort of remember from that game?
I remember everything really from that game. That was my son's first game, so I kind of remember everything. I know my main emphasis going into this game is just be dominant when the ball in the air, when the ball come my way, go get the ball, be aggressive, just play my game.
You guys have a short week this week. How's that turnaround been like, especially coming off of the loss?
I mean, we put the loss behind us. Once we got on the plane, we left Champaign. It was what it was. This week been good. We've been getting after it this week. Nobody's feeling bad about the loss or anything. We're just looking forward. One loss don't determine our team, so we're not really too concerned about that.
What are some areas you think you guys as an offense can improve just coming off of the Illinois game?
Just starting out faster. I feel like we started off too slow. We just got to come out the gate swinging, throwing punches, taking shots, and just starting fast.
How important is this game before conference play starts?
It's very important to us. Just because, even though we lost, we still trying to get our rhythm and everything. So I feel like this game is going to be one of those games that put us in a position to let us know, like, okay, we got our rhythm going. Everybody's checking off their boxes, doing what they need to do.
Would you consider a revenge game, but obviously you know what happened at the bowl game. Would you consider this not a trap game, but obviously you have to be locked in and as much as possible know what happened last year?
Yeah, for sure. I think this is a big game for them, but this is also a big game for us. I wouldn't say it's a trap game or a revenge game. I just say like they're coming to play. They didn't forget about how the game went last year in the bowl game. They made some big plays on their side, but we made more and we won. And I think that they feel like they could have got the better half of us. We just capitalized on more opportunities than they did. So I think they're gonna come out, they're gonna be ready to play, and they're gonna be running around.
And Lawrence, what are you seeing at Jalen this week since Saturday?
Ever since the game and everything, he's been very focused. He's been locked in. He comes to practice with a mindset to get better every day. He didn't let the game or what was going on the media phase him. Like everybody love you when you doing great, but then you mess up one time and now everybody want to shit on you. So he kept it. His head is straight. He's locked in, and he's just making sure that it's us as a unit. We behind him. We ride with him. So he's locked in. This week he gonna wake everybody back up, and the role's gonna flip how it went last week, and everybody wanted to kind of act different towards him. To this week, it's gonna be back to how it was.
And then how about the wide receiver room? How's that been this week? You guys getting together?
It's been good. We all get together. We catch and throw and everything. We feel like our chemistry wasn't where it needed to be last game, so we feel like that we played a big part in that loss as well. So we've been getting around each other more, catching more, just making sure that we're more comfortable with each other in certain areas of the field, and just getting comfortable with our route running with JD.
You guys have been so good since Coach Leipold's been here, bouncing back anytime you've taken a loss. Like, what's kind of been the key to that? And it's certainly on Friday on a short week.
The key to that has been we don't sit and dwell on the past. Once whatever happened in the past happens, we move on to the next play, the next day, or whatever it is we got to get done. We focus on where our feet is. We don't pay attention to everything else that's going on. So with the losses that we even had in the past, and like you said, we bounced back because we focus on what's next for us, and we just make sure that we are locked in on our little details.
Coach Leipold talked about opposing teams like wanting to make a statement against you guys. Is that something that you've noticed, and how has that changed since you first got here?
Oh yeah, that's something I noticed for sure. When I first got here, teams used to they'll be playing at halftime, joking around, because they kind of knew what was about to go on. They knew they was gonna beat us. But like now, as the program then turned around, you see more teams. They come out, they're more serious, they're locked in. Even you see them on the field when we warm up. When we used to warm up, like 2020, we'll warm up on the field and stuff, and the other team be out there like they'll be all joking around in their pregame stuff, and like even when their team pregame warming up. But now it's like every team we play is kind of like the roles flip so fast that like when they come to play us now, they're like, okay, we got to actually lock in on this team because they're not what we used to be.